cultural NGO Sarer, together with Martiros Saryan House Museum, presents the inclusive project, Talking Canvases. Armenia Panel by Martiros Saryan, 1964. During his lifetime, Martiros Saryan had a cherished dream: to depict the whole of Armenia on one canvas. And so, in 1964, at the age of 84, he realized his dream and created a masterpiece. The triptych Armenia for the spacious entrance hall of the then newly built Gabriel Sundukian State National Academic Theater. The left side of the canvas depicts the rich highlands of Armenia. At the bottom is a plateau tucked beneath the mountains with the settlement of Garni. To the right of the plateau is the gorge, where the Azat River flows swiftly through the steep rocks, bypassing a round boulder. The lower left corner of the canvas depicts fruit trees and oxen walking lazily in the village. On the right side of the oxen is a flat-roofed yellow house surrounded by a garden. On the roof, women dressed in blue, yellow, purple, and green traditional clothes are dancing. On the left side of the house, a narrow staircase goes up to the terrace, and on the right side of the house, there is a green, leafy tree. To the right of the tree, on the edge of the gorge, is a verdant orchard. Above the house, on the edge of the plateau, on top of the orange hill, there is a barely noticeable monastery. At the edge of the picture, to the left of the monastery, is a four-tiered giant rock covered with grass. To the right of the monastery, a volcanic cone rises with its top cut off. Above the volcanic cone and slightly to the left, there are several rows of mountains, on the slopes of which there are multicolored fields. Above the fields, on the right, is the four-peaked ARARAT rising up into the blue sky, and on the left, the three-peaked Mount Abur can be seen. The right side of the canvas shows villages perched on the rocks. In the lower left part of the right side, the river flows calmly under an arched bridge. There are flowering trees on the left bank of the river and boulders on the right bank. To the right of the river, a caravan of camels slowly moves towards the golden fields that occupy the entire central part of the right side of the canvas. To the right of the fields, on the edge of the picture, there are giant rocks. A lone tree has grown at the foot of that rock. It seems to be the symbol of Armenia, born from stones and reborn. To the left of the fields is the plateau, where a small settlement can be seen, with enormous rocks rising above it. In the center of the right part of the canvas, above the fields, at the foot of the cliffs, there is a mountain village surrounded by gardens. Above it, another village is sheltered in the rocks. To the left of that village, conical pointed rocks stretch upwards. Above the stone cones, against the background of the blue sky, Mount Tsipan is barely visible, with snow still on its left slope. The central part of the canvas seems to be bordered from the right and left by giant basalt rocks, which resemble the symphony of stones, considered a miracle of nature. The symphony of stones is actually dark and gray, but the artist depicted those rocks in his bright Sarian colors. The magnificent landscape of the Ararat Valley opens between the rocks that surround the central part of the canvas on both sides. On the left side of the lower part, the mountain road is depicted with a dark blue car speeding along. Above the car, on the rocks, is Yerevan. The roofs of the blue, purple, pink, and orange houses of the capital look like a multicolored carpet from a distance. Above Yerevan, in the entire central part, is the Ararat Plain with its fertile fields. Above the plain rises glorious Mount Ararat with its snow-covered Sis and Masis peaks. Heavy rain is falling from a thundercloud on the slope of Masis. The blue sky spreads above Ararat. The sky is thin and clear, and only on the left side, a little above Sis Peak, is there a small white cloud. The main character of the Armenia panel, snow-covered Mount Ararat, guards the peace of the Armenian world depicted by Sarian in all its majesty. Sound engineer, director, and chief expert, Vahan Nahapetyan. Audio description by Dagen Valentine. Project author and producer, Erna Revazova. The audio descriptions are created within the cross-museum cooperation in association with ARARAT Museum, the partner of the inclusive project, Talking Canvases. The inclusive project, Talking Canvases, was realized with the support of the Ministry of Education, Science, Cultural, and Sports of the Republic of Armenia.